I'm doing a short video response to Alfredo here. He was asking about asteroids and comets and meteorites and such stuff in Magick. And here is what I have written up in my book. We have the Chiron. Days, any Pluto or Uranus hours and their symbols. And the color of Chiron is pewter grey, and zodiac ruler over Virgo, and element storm. That is when you use the 5 elements instead of 4. And the magic use of Chiron is for personal and transpersonal issues and energies, past life traumas and connections, transmutational cycles, and bridges of the 2 hemispheres of the brain, and uncovers lost knowledge, especially Egyptian sacred wisdom, and closes old cycles and brings new opportunities. And then for Ceres we have days Monday, Friday, Saturday, color green, brown and gold orange. Zodiac ruler of Cancer, Taurus and Scorpio, and elements storm, earth, water. And the magic powers here are transformations, death and rebirth, and healing, letting go of anger and family, loss and old pain. And since you have so many planets here, that's when you can really look into the transformation, when there are many planets, in what planet is it happening. And then we have Pallas here. Days Monday, color grey, white, blue, dark grey. Zodiac ruler over Libra, Leo and Aquarius. And elements storm and air. And here the magic is crafts or crafting, visual skills, justice, military and police, political and social questions and issues, boundaries, shielding and barriers. And then we go to Juno. Days Friday, color silver, light blue, grey, light grey. And zodiac ruler over Scorpio, Libra, and element storm and water. And here we also have Mars and Mercury here. And it's good for marital law, shared resources, divorce and judging and that thing, and trust and healing abuse and money magic and cord cutting. And then we go into Vesta. Days Tuesday ruled by Mars, color red purple or red purplish, zodiac ruler Scorpio and Virgo. And childbirth home, sacred rituals, devotion, commitment to a spiritual path, psychic development, divine. What have I written there? Masculine and feminine unite in a unity, and changes in lifestyle. And that is what I had about these. But then of course if you asked about the Kamea, and I don't have a book that has a Kamea really or anything like that, but if there is one that exists, that is one thing. But otherwise I would create one. And here is just like for this different. For Ceres, you look for the timing and in what planet it appears. And what zodiacal degrees in, that gives you a clue. Ceres is Venus and Taurus. And Ceres is Moon and Cancer. And Pallas comes in Sun and Leo. And Chiron and Vesta in Mercury and Virgo. Pallas and Juno in Venus in Libra. Ceres, Junos and Vesta is in Mars, Pluto in Scorpio, and Pallas is in Saturn and Aquarius. And here comes the mythology of the planets, like Juno and Ceres and Vesta. They are goddesses in their own right, so they have mythology and how you do magic with them and what you offer in incenses and so on. And that's not my really part, so I'm keeping it here with. And of course there's I'm sorry, I'm still sick, but many of the modern some astrologers calls these for Luciferian, all these Ceres, Pallas and Vesta and Juno. So that is how you feel, and he has of course this sigil here. But I wouldn't, I would go with the zodiacal and planetary signs. And I would go after the when it's closest to Earth, that position when I plan this out. Planet and zodiacal correspondences. And here's one alternative. Create a talisman in planetary hour when it's closest to air, or you can just use a deity. And here I put Vesta. And I didn't do a sigil for this, but the psychic developments, let's say, and there is Mars, and Mars has his own spirits there, and sigils, and that should be a very simple thing that you charge it with, write that, and then of course planetary squares, sigil drawing, gematria, what I would do, Hebrew, Latin, Crowley, and others, and the reducing of numbers, and when you do basic sigil work. And then I should combine zodiacal and planetary, but I work with a hierarchy, so that's easy for me since I know that my part is with a hierarchy, and that is the chain of command of the planets and who rules over who. But just to make this a simple video that can help any religion, I'm calling God the All, and then you have archangels, angels in all Abrahamic faiths, and or then you have the tree of life or similar in other practices, and celestial spheres are in many. And what other? I feel that they are quite dragonic, and in my view they are angelical and more in between, and then more demonical dragons. So that's my point of view on the whole things. And many magic practitioners of the pagan part, they see that different realms like the upper world or star clans or whatever they are, their names. And I should just look in for this timing, and this you should do on astrological planet. And I also always watch NASA, since if I can get a view of, let's say, the meteoroid or comet or something, I can attune my energies easier as I start meditating and thinking what to do. I watched that video at the same time. Abla's astrology is something my friend Helen of Eye of the Serpent Tarot recommended, so that's one. And then the mythologies of the stars, comets and so on. And there is a lot. And let's see. And then there's the Kameas here that you can create. And here are some basic sigil making using letter cipher, letter numbers, values, and magic squares, and the Golden Dawn system here. And I have books on correspondences here. So if there is something like that, you're welcome to ask more, and I will ask others if they can do a video about this if we find somebody who has done this. And if you haven't done something, that never stops me, since I'm like a scientist, that I try till I get it right, and I would evoke each angel of the planet, and then I would tell my story, and then I would create everything. But that's how I do it, but there are simpler ways to do it. And have a magical day, and I hope that we get comments on this one, since any comments can help you, Alfredo. So have a magical day. Bye for now.